in this edition of RPPV News. Police stop a one-man crime wave, affordable housing plans emerge, and our kids go medieval. Hello, I'm Catie Sharp. Welcome to the latest edition of RPPV News, bringing you stories from across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula. Frankston detectives stopped a one-man crime wave when they arrested a Carrum Downs man this week. There had been a recent spike in vehicle crime in the area, and during their search, the police found a significant amount of stolen tools, as well as a shortened .22 caliber rifle. The 42-year-old man was charged with 12 counts of motor vehicle theft and other offences, and was remanded to appear at Frankston Magistrates Court. Mornington Peninsula Shire has declared an affordable housing victory. After weeks of deliberation with expert and community input, the council resolved this week to proceed with lease negotiations for affordable housing sites in Hastings and Mornington to support housing for older women and victims of family violence. Nearly 5 times the number of women compared to men identify family violence as the primary reason for being homeless on our peninsula. After considerable community pushback, the Shire is not proceeding with the proposed Allenby Avenue site in Capel Sound. Mayor Anthony Marsh explained the decisions.
So we've had an affordable housing project that we've been looking at for quite some time. We did an expression of interest process, which was basically going out to the housing providers to say, if we put up these blocks of land that we have around the council that we think are in good locations for affordable and social housing and crisis accommodation, what do you think we could do with that? So we wouldn't be building or running these services, but obviously we have a lot of land. So we're trying to see what we can do as a council to help address this issue. Ultimately, it's a state responsibility, but we can't let people fall through the cracks.
The Alliance for Gambling Reform hosted a public forum in Mornington last week, which revealed more alarming figures of the cost of pokies on the peninsula and in Victoria. Last month, it was confirmed that gamblers on the peninsula lost $45 million in the first 6 months of this year. Speakers at the forum revealed that Victorians lose $2.2 billion on pokies annually, and nationally the figure stands at $11.4 billion. The keynote speaker at the forum was Reverend Dr. Tim Costello, who is Chief Advocate for the Alliance for Gambling Reform. He spoke about his concerns on RPP's Peninsula Talks this week.
It's been so lucrative for the state, over $1.5 billion flowing in just from the poorest postcodes and people who are addicted. Less than 20% of Victorians or people on the peninsula even play the pokies. It's those who are addicted who are playing, which is why the message gamble responsibly is as useless as saying, use heroin responsibly. This is addiction. And the whole model of the pokies commercially is built on addiction.
Frankston City's much-loved aquatic centres have scooped the trophy pool at the annual Aquatics and Recreation Victoria Awards. Peninsula Aquatic Recreation Centre won Facility Management of the Year, and Pines Forest Aquatic Centre won Best Outdoor Pool. Nicole Ross took home Customer Service Officer of the Year, and Mary Albert won Group Exercise Instructor of the Year. Peninsula Leisure CEO Kath Tom spoke about the excitement of the wins.
The Peninsula Leisure team were ecstatic. To have taken home 4 major accolades at our recent Aquatic and Recreation Industry Awards night was just such a total surprise, but also we think really, really well deserved. So I'm so proud of the team. The competition is pretty fierce. There's some absolutely fabulous public facilities in our state, and Park, Peninsula Aquatic Recreation Centre, and Pines are both fantastic facilities, but I truly believe it's what we do inside those buildings. It's the people, it's the programs, and we support the community to get healthy and happy. So I think that's the reason why we took home so many awards.
Peninsula Leisure will celebrate with the community at Park on the 1st of October. There'll be free entry and workouts and lots of giveaways. Follow Park on Facebook for an invitation. Somerville and Tyre Rotary Club put the Peninsula's primary school children through their paces this week with the challenge to build a working catapult. Sponsored by BlueScope, the kids had to build the structures with baked bean tins, sticky tape and paddle pop sticks. Some Brendans took out top honours with a winning distance of 2.5 metres, and we got to spot the engineers of the future.
Beautiful.
Nice work. Point just move that way. That's it, there we go.
And the Queen of Soul is coming to Frankston. The electrifying show Respect journeys through Aretha Franklin's life, showcasing her greatest hits over the last 50 years. Starring Australia's soul mama Angina Ryan, Respect is a story of love, tragedy and triumph told to a stunning soundtrack. Respect will be at the Frankston Arts Centre on Saturday the 17th of September. Tickets are available through the website. After the break, we go to Nicola with this week's weather report.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is snapping at their heels. It's a bank that's been around for over 160 years, can be found in over 500 locations nationwide, looks after over 1.8 million customers, and is regularly voted one of the most trusted brands out of all the thousands of brands in Australia. Who is this fantastic number 5? Yep, it's Bendigo Bank. The better big bank.
Established in 1988, Progress Signs has been servicing the local community for 30 years. Located on the Mornington Peninsula, they are the #1 destination for all your signage needs, specialising in a variety of signage from vehicles to shop fronts, occasional and corporate events, short-term, long-term and everything in between. If it's signs you need, be it large or small, Progress Signs is the place to call. Available 24/7 at progress-signs.com.au or call the team on 5975 9188. Thinking signs? Think Progress Signs, a station sponsor.
Hi, it's Nicola here with this week's RPPV Mornington Peninsula weather update. Spring is really with us as we are starting to see the warmer days. However, we are still seeing quite a bit of rain around the peninsula. So let's break it down and see what is predicted for the week ahead. Today, Sunday, should see another partly cloudy day with a 75% chance of rain around the peninsula. We can expect a top of 14 and a low of 5. Monday sees much the same as Sunday with a high of 11 and a chilly low of 3. Tuesday sees the sun making its presences felt a bit more with a high of 13 and a very cold low of 2. Wednesday the 14th of September sees another mostly sunny day with overcast periods. Expect a high of 16 and a low of 5. Thursday sees some rain returning with a 61% chance of showers over the Mornington Peninsula. Expect a high of 16 and a low of 8. Friday sees the rain continuing with a top of 14 and a low of 8. And finally, Saturday also sees the rain continuing with a high of 15 and a low of 8. Well, that's all for this week. Try to enjoy this improving weather, but keep a brolly handy. Have the best week.
And now to our surf guru Muzz with the surf report.
Hey, it's Muzz here with this week's Mornington Peninsula Surf Report. A fairly okay week of waves, but not outstanding. A few onshore days, a couple of bigger swell days, and then a few sort of smallish beach break days this past week. So, you know, there's a couple of surfs in it. This week coming, looks like Saturday we're going to get that westerly change with a rapid increase with the swell in the afternoon. It's going to pick up pretty solid. And the wind's going to be okay. It's going to be westerly by the looks of it. So there's probably going to be waves in Westerport maybe very late in the day and probably on Sunday morning as well. Then the swell will back off during the day, and then looking at the long range thing, it might pop back up on Monday, and that should be pretty favourable conditions by the looks of it in Western Port Bay for Monday into Tuesday before the swell drops off into next week again. But the winds are sort of next week are looking, other than Monday, Tuesday, looking pretty average. Looks like it might be even southerly or southeasterly like it was earlier this week. So good chance for 3 or 4 days out of 7 for surfing are on. So that's not a bad average considering. So enjoy, and I'll see you next week.
And that's all from our team here at RPPV News, serving the community with stories that matter to you. Keep watching and do tell your friends. Bringing you the news from coast to coast across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula, I'm Catie Sharp. See you for the next edition.